Okay, so it's been a while, and we're all in lockdown, so I thought I'd just come up to Harmondsworth Moor and just show you a bit around here because it's very pretty and it's pretty much deserted. So what exactly is Harmondsworth Moor? It is actually a landfill site and was reclaimed as part of British Airways' move to get Terminal 5 built, which pretty much dates it. Obviously it took a while to sort it out a bit. And there are still bits that are closed at the moment, but by and large, it's really beautiful. Just a shame it might end up underneath the runway. So going back to Terminal 5, I mean, the idea behind this part was that if British Airways got permission to build Terminal 5 on Greenbelt, they'd clear up some brownbelt land, and this is it. If you hear the odd pop or see the occasional pipe sticking out of the ground, that'll be the methane burning off, as in this is a landfill site. How big is it? Do you know, I don't actually know. It's big enough that I've got absolutely no idea where I am at the moment. It's not a part of this park I've ever walked in. I'm guessing I'm heading towards the motorway because I can hear it over there. I've got a choice of two. You've got the M25 and the M4, or possibly the M4 and the M25. There are a number of footpaths that run through Harmondsworth Moor. It's pretty much the Colne Valley Trail, I think, from memory, which I'm on at the moment. Hence the takes you to Staines and Colnbrook, or takes you back towards West Drayton, I guess you'd call it. There's a couple of rivers that go through Harmondsworth Moor. We're back to the Colne and the Colnbrook, I think, but the Frey, I think, possibly goes through as well. I'd need to have a look at a map. Anyway, we've got two rivers, and there's two paths that go next to it as well. One which is slightly prettier than the other, which we'll probably catch up with later after we've checked out the lake. So there's a couple of choices about which way you want to go now. After you get over the bridge, you could go that way, which basically takes you the same way as this way, which eventually leads you to this way. My personal favourite is actually straight up the hill. I'm currently sitting on part of London Bridge, the original London Bridge. Blech. Really? So down to my left on the bottom of the valley is the river and the path back along the river, which you may actually take and miss the lake. But it'd be a shame to miss the lake because the lake's nice, so maybe we'll actually fancy the lake. And here we are at the road bridge over the river. It's not the best view of the river actually here. There's a little footbridge down there, but I'll check that out in a minute. So here we are, we're essentially at the crossroads. We've just crossed the river on the bridge, which is here, as you can see. And now we've got a choice of which ways we go. We can head back to the car park along the river, or we could head into the village, straight that way, or we could head out to the lake. So once again, we're heading a little bit closer to the motorway because it's deserted, this path, and in the winter it is really seriously muddy, but right now it's gorgeous. You used to call this Rabbit Alley and used to come out here at dusk, and the dog used to love it in his youth. He's got more sensible since then. Don't know how easy it is to see from here, but we've got the river has curved round and is now on our left, so we've got another little footbridge to cross, and that is the last point between us, the road to Harmondsworth village, and the lake in the distance. So this area coming to here is the wetland area, and ages ago, and this is probably the second attempt, they've installed a boardwalk that you can have a walk round. It's pretty much the only way to get around at winter, because as you can see, despite the fact it's been baking hot, it's still pretty wet. Right, so here we are, we're on the far side of the lake, and if you were feeling really adventurous, we could head in towards West Drayton. It's actually not very adventurous, but there's yet another area of this park with the ponds and stuff under the motorway bridge. It's a bit of a one-way trip, so we're not going to do it. And we're going to head to the lake and have a little look at the lake, and then we're going to head for home. And here we are, properly next to the lake. We're also properly next to the motorway, which doesn't make this the best side of the lake to go, but probably the most popular side of the lake if anybody fancied a dip, which I never have had. Here we are, motorway magic. This is the boring bit away from the lake, but we need to do this boring bit if we need to get back down to the other side of the lake and get back to the river and get back to the car. Motorway footbridge to West Drayton. And that's where we're heading, right back round the lake to the other side. I feel like something's come between us. Might have to go back round the boardwalk, that'll be a bore. Back round the boardwalk it is. So we've taken the high road, we've taken almost University the high road, and now it's back across the bridge. We're going to take the low road back to the river track. That will take us eventually back to the car. Here we are at the last stretch, going back towards the car park. Now if you went that way, it's our way home, and that's the road going. Over there is yet another bit of the park. There's a couple of ponds, and then you've got the British Airways Garden Park bit of the park even further away. So, hope you enjoyed it.